there, welcome in to the latest edition of the SAU Baseball Coaches Show. I'm Daniel Gallegos, joined alongside head baseball coach Steve Browning. And Coach, we're at the point of the year where we've almost pretty much reached the halfway point of the season, the conference season as well, a little more than halfway there. This past weekend, your team played Ouachita Baptist at home. You were able to get a 3-game sweep over them. They were closely played games where the margin of victory was only, I believe, 5 runs across all 3 games. A walk-off win there on a safety squeeze to win the game in the middle game. Talk about that matchup, knowing that they were close games. Your pitching was able to hold Ouachita offensively down, and you're also on your side on offense. Were able to get the key hit when you needed to. Wasn't a whole lot of offense, but you got the key hit when you needed.
Yeah, we did, and first of all, the series win is the most important thing, especially a sweep. We're our goal right now still is to win a regular season championship. We know we're behind right now, and like we've taught our guys, all you can do is take care of your business, go win every series, and hope you sweep 1 or 2 along the way to put yourself in a position at the end of the year to have a chance. And that was kind of the first step towards it. Going into it, you look at Ouachita, their numbers weren't there, their wins weren't there, but we knew we were going to face really good pitching. Their starting pitching is really good, and we were just fortunate enough to kind of get right off the bat, right there in the first inning of the first game, kind of jump on them, get some run support. I thought Tabor threw the ball really well. We go out and get the game 1 win, and then we followed up with game 2, and it was a really good matchup between Mayo and their guy Connor Reed, and we got the. It was supposed to be a suicide squeeze, and we missed the sign the first pitch, and then we get it the second one, and it looked like a safety squeeze, but it's supposed to be suicide. But regardless, we got the win there, and then had a tough game 3 where we were behind. I don't think we had a hit for the first 5 innings or 6 innings or so, and I thought their guy Matros threw the ball really well, and we were just able to get his pitch count up a little bit where they had to get him out of the game, and that's what we always talk about, get to the bullpen. And I'm not saying the bullpen's not very good, but if you got a starter doing really well, it's always a sigh of relief when you get somebody new in there. And we were able to tack on some runs there and get the win there and finish off the weekend, which was big for us.
One of the things for that weekend, too, coming out of your pitching staff, your starters did well, but then also you were able to get your bullpen mixed in. Some quality innings and a couple of saves for Jared Field and your closer this year. He's had limited work this year because there hadn't been very many save opportunities, and I know it's got to be one of those difficult things as a coach where he's one of your better pitchers there at the back end of a game, but you don't want to necessarily maybe go out and put him out there if it's not in a safe situation. Should a game go to extra innings and things like that. So how good was it to see Fielding out there this weekend getting the 2 saves?
Well, game 1, like you said, I thought that was the first opportunity we had all year where our starter goes out, throws well. We bring in, I think we brought in Larson there in the 8th and bridged it to Fielding, and that was really kind of like, whoa, okay, that's how that works. And really, like you said, there hadn't been too many opportunities where we felt like we had to bring Fielding in because of this. Not saying we were winning or losing, but just because of the save opportunity. But we've made a decision that he's too good of an arm not to use, and I think in order for us to get where we want to go, we're going to have to utilize him more. And I think we've shown that just in the last 4 games. But it's nice to know you got a guy like him at the back end, and there's reasons why we haven't used him as much. Coming off an injury, and you don't want to go out there and you want that guy at the back end of the season instead of the first end of the season and wear him out. So it was good to see him get out there and have some success.
Following the weekend series, it's kind of an interesting thing within the conference each year. A lot of times you'll play the 3-game series in conference play, and then you'll turn around a couple days later in midweek. And a lot of times play the very same team, and that was the case yesterday. You go to Ouachita this time and play them in a midweek game, non-conference but still in region, and it had the feel almost of a spring training game if you want to relate it to Major League Baseball, where there was pretty much felt like a new pitcher coming in every inning, guys getting in work. So obviously the importance of getting pitchers work. We saw a couple of meal riders that we've heard of before make their debuts on the mound. Guys coming off injuries, great to see them. And then also you're able to get Landon Simpson out there and get him some quality innings. And again, it was another one of those games, a close game. Goes extra innings, your first extra inning game of the year. You're able to get 3 runs in the 11th, and then Fielding comes out again and was able to get a save situation, save opportunity, which he nails down. So talk about that midweek game. Was it what you wanted to get out of it?
Yes and no. We went into it, and we told the guys before the game that our goal was to throw a lot of different arms out there and also move some position players around a little bit. And that in order for us to do that and be successful, we needed them to kind of, we call it keeping the chain linked together. And, I thought our pitching did well. Like you said, we were able to get Timmy Buchanan out there coming off an injury, and he comes out and throws the ball like he's been out there all year long. And that was impressive to see. Travis Johnson comes out and puke and rally, and I think the nervousness, he's out there throwing up on the mound, but getting guys out, and it was good to get him out there and get those butterflies out of the way. And those two guys can help us here the second half of the season. And not just that, Powers hadn't thrown a whole lot. We was able to get him out there. We did not have the intention of throwing Simpson as long as we did, but he was having some success, and that was good for us to see. And he was competing, and I wanted to leave him out there. It was his game, and it was a tight ball game. It got to 2-2, and he was competing, and that was fun to watch. And it was more of I think a confidence thing for him. We needed to get him going, and he threw the ball well. And then, like I said, we executed there late with some bunts and some guys. A guy like Stubber coming around and gets brought in the mix early in the game for pinch running, and comes back around and his first collegiate at bat and lays down a bunt that and successful and gets on base, and then Silvers comes up with the big knock. So it was fun to see that, and then like I said, Fielding come in the back in the ball game and close it out.
This upcoming weekend too, still no rest in conference play. You're going to Henderson State, play a 3-game series. Henderson was the team last year that started to make a move around this point of the year. They wound up getting to the conference tournament. You faced them twice in the tournament. SAU coming on top, winning the conference tournament championship. But they also made a run to the College World Series, so they're a very talented team. Having that success, this is a big matchup, not only for them, but for us as well in terms of conference standings. What do you kind of anticipate going into this series?
Well, I think it's, they're coming off a weekend where things didn't go really their way, and I don't know if that's good for us or bad for us. And, like you said, they are talented, and they've shown, that they can beat people. And, we're going to their place, and, obviously people like to play at their home field. And so it's a big weekend. This is a big weekend across the conference if you look at some of the matchups this weekend. And, like I said, all we can do is worry about ourselves. And if we get the pitching that we've had the last couple of weekends out of, some of our starters, and now with the addition of some of those guys in the bullpen, getting some confidence and getting going, I feel good about that. And hopefully we execute and play good defense, and we'll see. Looks like it's gonna be a good weekend of baseball, and it should be fun.
We appreciate it very much for your time again. That's head baseball coach Steve Browning. He and his Mule Riders going on the road this weekend to play a 3-game Great American Conference Series at Henderson State. First game will be played Friday under the lights, 6 p.m. first pitch, and then a doubleheader on Saturday beginning at 1 or 2.
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, okay.
Yeah.
A lot of times go around, so
Yeah.
doubleheader beginning at 2. Again, those games are in Arkadelphia. Be sure to check MuleRiderAthletics.com for all your pre- and post-game coverage of that series. Coach, we appreciate it and best of luck.
Thank you.